commercial.
In depth, the college crunch. Be prepared for sticker shock when you get your kids' tuition bill. And cyber sellers who created a $9 billion market face-to-face for the first time.
Oh, the next step for eBay, the world.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with John Siegenthaler.
Good evening, everyone. They're preparing for the worst tonight in Arizona as two huge wildfires threaten to merge into one giant blaze with the 50-mile-wide front line of flames. Authorities have told thousands to evacuate their homes, and thousands of others are ready to leave. The two fires have now scorched more than 160,000 acres in an area about 125 miles northeast of Phoenix. NBC's Chip Reed joins us from Show Low, Arizona with more. Chip?
John, you can see behind me that huge, menacing black cloud of smoke, and I can tell you that is just one tiny corner of this mammoth fire. By Sunday, the two Arizona fires are expected to merge into one massive inferno. The biggest worry now, miles-high plumes of smoke and burning gases that can collapse at any moment, hurling a virtual fireball in almost any direction. Additional firefighters are racing to the scene. Residents are showing their appreciation. Roads to endangered towns are closed except for extreme emergencies.
I got a pacemaker here and I left the card with the information in the house. I could be in and out in 5 minutes.
The one positive note, winds are finally starting to taper off. The flames now moving a bit more slowly.
We're turning the corner. We're starting to take proactive measures and actually begin to battle the fire.
But for some, it's already too late. Like volunteer firefighter Charlie Brown and his wife, their dream home now a pile of charred memories.
They tried. Yeah, they tried.
8,000 people have already been evacuated. A football stadium now a temporary home for many, including Audrey Arbizo and her two daughters.
It's just hard being here with all these people, you know. You see the ladies that lost their trailers and their houses, and that's just, it's terrible.
Steve Stobel considered staying to protect the house. His family helped convince him it wasn't worth the risk.
We were all safe. That was the most important thing. We can replace the house. We can't replace us.
Now, fire officials say they keep hearing the same thing from evacuees over and over. They want to go home, but they say it is just far too dangerous at this point. John?
Chip, aren't there some people who are refusing to leave?
There are, John. There are about 100 in two small towns. They can't be forced. These evacuations are voluntary, not mandatory. They say they're doing everything they can to protect their houses. Fire officials say if the flames turn their direction, they could be risking their lives. John?
NBC's Chip Reed in Arizona. Chip, thank you. Now to the mysterious kidnapping of 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart. In Utah, dogs were called in again to search for the girl, while investigators are focusing on a drifter wanted for questioning who turned up at a West Virginia hospital. NBC's Shelley Smith joins us from Salt Lake now with more. Shelley?
John, investigators say Brett Michael Edmonds is cooperating. Today he told police when he left Salt Lake City, where he's been for the last 2.5 weeks. But he's denying any involvement in the kidnapping of Elizabeth. Inside the intensive care unit of this West Virginia hospital, FBI investigators and Salt Lake City police began questioning 26-year-old Brett Michael Edmonds today, a drifter spotted near Elizabeth Smart's home 2 days before she was kidnapped.
We have always listed him in serious condition, and now he is conscious, he's coherent, and he's talking.
After eluding a police manhunt, Edmonds checked himself into this Martinsburg emergency room on Thursday using a phony name, suffering from a drug overdose. Today, investigators began searching Edmonds' car for clues that could lead them to Elizabeth. Clues such as fingerprints. At the state crime lab in Salt Lake, criminalists are trying to identify Elizabeth's 10 fingerprints by examining personal items such as school papers.
No bodies are the same. Everybody has separate, different, unique characteristics. So, you know, even your 10 fingers are different.
Every piece of evidence collected in the Smart case is analyzed here.
We gather all types of evidence. Evidence that may include fingerprints, footprints, bodily fluids.
Outside the lab, Sheriff's deputies and volunteers with dogs thought they'd found a new lead in a new subdivision south of Salt Lake.
Last night, we actually saw the dogs indicate on a specific place, all 3 of them. So, and they just didn't do that again this morning.
Today, search and rescue teams fanned out on foot, diving straight into the shrubs. This is the same area where neighbors saw Edmonds sleeping in his car. Their tip and a picture they took of him helped police identify Edmonds as a possible witness to Elizabeth's kidnapping. Edmonds will remain in a West Virginia hospital for several days. Investigators say he gave them permission to search his car, but so far they have found nothing that leads them to Elizabeth. John?
NBC's Shelley Smith in Utah. Shelley, thank you. A powerful earthquake shook northwestern Iran today, killing at least 500 people, injuring more than 1,600, and leaving thousands homeless. The epicenter of the magnitude 6 quake was about 140 miles west of the country's capital, Tehran. It struck early this morning while most people were inside their homes. Crews are working to rescue survivors who may have been buried in the rubble. In the Middle East, new tensions today following the Israeli crackdown and reoccupation of 6 West Bank towns. Israeli officials say this is part of their crushing and decisive response to the latest Palestinian suicide bombings. NBC's Tom Aspel reports from Ramallah.
After one of the bloodiest weeks in 2 years of violence, today it was the Palestinians' turn to bury their dead. In Jenin, 4 people, 3 of them children, killed by an Israeli tank shell while breaking curfew. In Nablus, the angry funeral of a Palestinian man killed by Jewish settlers in revenge for the deaths of 5 Jews last week. With the Israeli army now in 6 towns in the West Bank and digging in for an extended reoccupation, there are already tighter restrictions on people's movements than ever before. At the only checkpoint outside Ramallah today, the crackdown was met with sullen resignation. Traffic backed up for hours as Israeli troops searched trucks and even ambulances. For those on foot, a wait under a blistering sun for their identity papers to be checked. Bea Omra normally spends 3 hours in line here every day just to get to her job in Jerusalem. Now she expects to spend even more time here.
Yesterday we scared I was stuck in Jerusalem and I have a family here, 2 kids and my husband.
In downtown Ramallah, the reoccupation means the Israeli army can empty the streets on a moment's notice, imposing curfews to keep 100,000 people locked up in their homes. Israel says it's all Yasser Arafat's fault. He's here in the middle of Ramallah in his compound, and like everyone else, he can't leave town without Israel's permission. Issam Nasser and his son Sebastian, Palestinians with American passports, angry today because Israel keeps changing the checkpoint rules.
After 6 o'clock, they shoot if you approach. I happen to be a U.S. citizen. I tried once to flag my passport from a distance, and I was shot at carrying my own son.
Nasser is now forced to work at home, confined to 1 square mile.
Some of my friends joke about we would like to put the 4th gear once in our lives in our car in Ramallah.
Palestinians warn that living under Israeli guns with all the curfews and humiliations at checkpoints will only increase their resistance to the reoccupation of their land. Tom Aspel, NBC News, Ramallah.
Sad news today from Chicago, where Darryl Kyle, the star pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, was found dead in his hotel room. NBC's Jim Avila joins us from Chicago with more. Jim?
John, it was a perfect summer day for baseball, one of America's best-known sports shrines, and it was canceled today. More than 30,000 fans sent home after the star pitcher from the St. Louis Cardinals suddenly died at his hotel room. A sold-out Wrigley Field, a game between longtime rivals, Cubs and Cardinals, called off. The St. Louis team, too shocked, too grieved to carry on.
I thank you for your patience. We regret to inform you, because of a tragedy in the Cardinal family, that the commissioner has canceled the game today. Thank you.
The Cubs agreed to cancel the game, but did not tell the fans why. 33-year-old Darryl Kyle, a veteran star pitcher for the Cardinals, had died in his bed overnight, discovered by team officials and Chicago police at the team hotel when the player did not show up at the ballpark.
And when they entered the room, they found that Darryl Kyle had passed away in his bed. And There was no sign of foul play. The cause of death at this time is undetermined. And obviously it's a very tragic event for the Cardinals, for his family, and for all of baseball.
Chicago police have opened a routine death investigation, but tell NBC News there were no immediate indications of a crime, no signs of forced entry. The young man was simply found dead in his pajamas. St. Louis fans at the game were stunned.
It's very sad because he's one of the pitchers and one of the Cardinal players who's been real big in our community. He's one of the religious guys, never gets in trouble.
Kyle is married with 4 children, including 5-year-old twins. He had shoulder surgery last year, but recovered well and has no signs of bad health. He had won 5 games for the Cardinals this year, spending last evening with his brother in Chicago, and appeared in good physical shape.
This morning we talked to his brother if he was complaining about anything last night. I'm sorry. No.
There was no immediate cause of death announced. An autopsy is scheduled here in Chicago tomorrow. For the Cardinals, this is the second bad news in 1 week. Jack Buck, the longtime Hall of Fame broadcaster, died this week as well. John?
NBC's Jim Obla in Chicago. Jim, thanks. Still to come on NBC Nightly News, the high cost of higher education. Millions of American college students are facing huge tuition increases this fall. The story coming up in depth. And later, eBay Mania. The faithful come together for their first ever convention.
Got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break? Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
And I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA. When you've always got to go.
Butterball brings you the joys of Turkey Day. Friends and family drop in to bask in the warmth of the season. Celebrate this summer with Butterball turkey on the grill. Tender, juicy, surprisingly simple. Happy Thanks Grilling from Butterball.
Working hard or working out, nutrition is important. With Centrum or Centrum Silver, you benefit from what science discovers about how the right multivitamins help unlock energy and strengthen immunity. Centrum and Centrum Silver, always complete from A to Zinc.
Do dogs have a sense of humor?
Why does she sleep in the sink?
Does he look like me?
Can he outrun my neighbor's schnauzer? I hate fleas. What's the best flea protection?
Now that I can answer. Frontline Plus. It's the longest lasting, complete flea protection you can get. It not only kills fleas quickly, it also kills their eggs and larvae. It's the best.
Ask your veterinarian about Frontline Plus. For dogs and cats, Frontline is the veterinarian's #1 choice for flea and tick control.
Are Great Danes Danish?
You don't buy half-broken food. Why buy half-broken tortilla chips? More whole chips for more whole dips. Tarengo's tortilla chips.
It's time to get to LensCrafters and get glasses or sunglasses for only $99. Choose from great-looking sunglasses with your prescription or a complete pair of glasses with super scratch-resistant DuraLens for only $99. Hurry, offer ends June 22nd.
The first major advance for the fastest treatment of athlete's foot is Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT is the first non-prescription medicine proven to kill the fungus with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. Lotrimin AF and Tinactin still expect you to treat for 4 weeks. Who's going to do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
NBC News in depth tonight, the soaring tuitions at public colleges and universities. A recent study finds over the last 10 years, tuition has risen faster than family income. At the same time, student loan debt has doubled. Now, in collaboration with the Wall Street Journal, NBC's Rahema Ellis reports the cost of a diploma is about to go even higher.
At Ohio State University, a dream come true for this year's graduating class, and a sigh of relief that tuition is behind them. But for millions of new and returning students at state colleges and universities, the fall semester will bring tuition sticker shock. Here at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis, students bracing for tuition increases of more than 10%.
I just transferred here, and I found out about a month after I transferred here, so it was kind of a slap in the face.
Some state school tuitions may rise as much as 25%. Faculty positions and courses may be cut as well. The impact of this is enormous. More than 6 million, nearly 8 out of every 10 college students in America attends a public university. And college researchers expect public tuition hikes in 48 states this fall. Only New York and California are holding the line. Why? Nationwide, the cost of state-funded higher education is short $2 billion. The reason? Budget deficits. Now, parents and students are being asked to make up the difference.
It's because states are suffering from recession and student enrollments are increasing and colleges have to pay the bills somehow.
At the University of Washington, Seattle, fall tuition will rise 16%, more than $600. For students not poor enough to qualify for financial aid, but maxed out on loans, it's a middle-class squeeze.
We can't get a subsidized loan and we can't get scholarships, basically. So we basically got screwed by the state, and now the tuition's going up even more.
At the University of Illinois, Chicago, freshmen will pay a new $1,000 surcharge, in addition to a new 10% tuition hike for all students.
With the tuition increase, what you're doing is raising the bar, and less minorities are going to be able to enroll.
2/3 of all minority students nationwide attend public colleges. Administrators say, despite the rising tuition, they're doing their best to keep their doors open to everyone with loans and financial aid, insisting that a degree from a state school is still a great value, even though it's becoming harder to afford. Rahema Ellis, NBC News, New York.
Now a program note. Politics, the Middle East, and the war on terror are Tim Russert's topics tomorrow on Meet the Press. His guests include Democratic Senator John Kerry and House Speaker Dennis Hastert. When we come back, a country at a crossroads, the battle to rebuild Afghanistan.
Some women solve problems before they start. Little ones and big ones, like your heart. Introducing Today from One A Day. One A Day Today is the only complete multivitamin made with soy for your heart, plus 5 essential bone-building nutrients. Anticipate problems before they start. A better tomorrow starts with Today. New from One A Day.
Why does my doctor recommend Citracel? Because it's different. The fiber in Metamucil can cause excess gas, but the fiber in Citracel won't. And people prefer its taste 2-to-1 over Metamucil. Citracel, available in caplets and powder.
Super Cat here with Arm & Hammer Crystal Blend.
The only one with baking soda, plus odor-trapping crystals. The advanced combination traps, absorbs, and prevents odors better than other scoopable litters.
Arm & Hammer Crystal Blend, the superior odor fighter.
Using the wrong waterproofer can cost you thousands. Don't be taken for a ride. Demand Thompson's Water Seal. It has the highest level of water protection. Guaranteed. Powerful original. New advanced Thompson's Water Seal.
I am one of the many people.
We used to think they're frequent, persistent heartburn.
It's just plain old heartburn.
But if you've treated your heartburn, changed your diet, and the pain still comes back 2 or more days a week, it could be from acid reflux disease.
And over time, that acid churning up can wear away the lining of your esophagus.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Today, there's a purple pill called Nexium from the makers of Prilosec. For many people, 1 prescription Nexium a day means complete
24-hour.
day and night heartburn relief. And Nexium is also proven to heal erosions in the esophagus caused by acid reflux. Only a doctor can tell if you have this damage. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. The most common side effects of Nexium and Prilosec are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Talk to your doctor and call this number for more information and a free trial offer for Nexium.
Relieve the heartburn, heal the damage. It's possible with today's purple pill called Nexium.
In Afghanistan, President Hamid Karzai continued the process of rebuilding his government today, naming several new members of his cabinet. But as his new government prepares to move forward, Afghanistan still faces tremendous challenges. NBC's Jim Maseda reports from Kabul.
A milestone in Afghanistan, the number of refugees returning home hitting the 1 million mark. But coming home may be the easy part. Both the refugees and the country still have formidable challenges ahead, despite some hopeful signs. Roads under repair, new schools, and a first step towards democracy, the convening of a Loya Jirga, or Grand Assembly, that elected this week the pro-American, Western-educated Hamid Karzai as the new head of state with big plans.
Improve the financial system, bring stability to our monetary system, and do things within the framework of laws.
But to get there, Karzai faces huge obstacles that could undermine his power and turn the country back to chaos. He still has no parliament.
You will assume defense position.
And only a fledgling national army and police force. Outside of Kabul, the capital, warlords and their private armies rule unopposed.
I don't think things will change overnight.
Afghan-American Mohammed Daoud is one of the luckier refugees. He fled the Soviet invasion 22 years ago and settled in California. Today, he's a successful commercial pilot who dreams of launching a private airline here. But he's worried about security, and he's not alone.
I see people who have kept their families outside Afghanistan, near in the neighboring countries, and they're waiting to see some signs of encouragement. And if they don't see that, they won't come back.
For most refugees, there are no jobs. More than half have no homes left. Aid workers predict a humanitarian crisis.
But ironically, at a time when Afghanistan needs it most, international aid is drying up. Relief agencies scaling back their help to these returning refugees, and even food deliveries to remote areas are being cut.
Why? Donors are also cautious, wanting to see more stability before committing billions of dollars. But the lack of funding, experts say, could backfire, fueling poverty and breeding more terrorism.
It does increase the potential for more problems further down the line. You don't want to recreate the conditions which led to the popular rising of the Taliban.
Unbelievable.
Daoud fears that the civil war that destroyed his home will return unless U.S. and coalition forces stay in Afghanistan for years.
It's not over yet, is it? No, not by a long shot. I think it's just beginning.
Afghanistan at a crossroads. Positive signs of change, families coming home, but still, possibly, facing disaster. Jim Masadam, NBC News, Kabul.
President Bush was on the run today in Washington, and not from the Democrats. The president took part in a 3-mile run to underscore his message, daily exercise makes you healthier. Bush, who runs several miles a week, came in 26th in a 400-runner field. When NBC Nightly News continues, the online world of eBay comes alive as buyers and sellers leave their computers behind and finally meet face to face.
We've been waiting for the KG veteran versus the fast-rising newcomer.
I hear the way this rookie uses bill pay from Bank of America is really something.
Look at the way the veteran stuffs that envelope, Johnny.
That is really old school.
Well, the rookie's in total control out there. He's deciding what bills he wants to pay and when.
Uh-oh. The money he's put aside to pay his bills is in one of his other accounts.
Hold on. He's transferring money from his savings into his checking account right from his desktop. What a strategy!
We've got ourselves a new champion.
The Big Swiffer Max. Double the size so you can pick up and trap more dirt, dust, and hair in half the time. Swiffer Max.
Mom takes Metamucil to stay regular. I never will.
That's what you think.
I won't take a fiber supplement that can get thick and gritty.
That's what you think.
I found a better way to take my fiber. New Benefiber. It never gets thick or gritty, like Metamucil can. It's taste-free, too.
Benefiber even goes with cereal or coffee. Mom can have her Metamucil.
That's what you think.
New Benefiber makes taking fiber easier.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
I have got to go now.
If you've always got to go, ask your doctor about Detrol LA. It's been proven effective for overactive bladder.
Need a break? Not right now.
You shouldn't take it if you have stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems. The most common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, abdominal pain, and headache.
And I don't have to go right now.
Detrol LA, when you've always got to go.
2 hours of hard riding, and I was hurting. My legs, my back, it even hurt to pedal downhill. So I took control with Advil. Doctors know that nothing, not Tylenol, not Aleve,
Nothing's proven stronger or lasts longer than Advil. Hey, the pain was strong, but Advil's stronger.
You have the strength to get rid of pain. Take control. Take Advil.
Congratulations to NBC News, the only network recognized with the Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television news for the 4th consecutive year.
Car bike, don't get taken for a ride. NBC Nightly News Monday.
Finally tonight, it's a huge marketplace. $9 billion worth of stuff changing hands a year. Some valuable, some of it not quite. Here's NBC's George Lewis.
It's really changed my life and my husband's lives, and we're doing well and we're very happy.
And what is it that changed Karen Young's life? It's eBay, that huge online auction with 46 million registered users, where buyers and sellers can make deals on a galaxy of goods from rare valuables to plain old junk.
If you can't find it on eBay, you can't find it.
Go onto the eBay website and search for, say, bronze bears. And bingo, you're connected with hundreds of people selling bronze bears of all descriptions and prices. You can find old Spider-Man comic books and Elvis posters. But there are some items eBay refuses to sell. Marcia Collier, co-author of the book eBay for Dummies.
They won't sell weapons. You can't sell body parts. Some young man tried to sell his soul.
Karen Young, a former housewife, was selling used computer parts on eBay, but was spending a small fortune getting them wrapped and packaged. That's when the light went on.
I thought, well, I'm not the only one spending too much money on shipping supplies. So I started putting a little bit of my bubble wrap for sale on eBay, and it just took off.
Took off indeed. Karen, now known as the Bubble Wrap Lady, did about $500,000 in peddling shipping supplies last year.
This weekend, 4,400 people are gathering in Anaheim, California for something called eBay Live, a chance for the online auction's key players to meet one another face to face.
And I've seen people come up and say, oh, you're Cher Bear, you're Tin Man. And so it's sort of a connection in real life that has existed only online.
They talk about it as one big happy family, though there has been some discontent. Smaller sellers concerned that big companies have set up shop on eBay. The author of the book, The Perfect Store.
There's been that tension of pleasing Wall Street by bringing in the big sellers and high-price items, while also keeping the mom and pops, the heart and soul of eBay, happy.
eBay CEO Meg Whitman says she understands that keeping people like the Bubble Wrap Lady happy will keep her company's business prospering. George Lewis, NBC News, Anaheim, California.
And that is NBC Nightly News for this Saturday. Thanks for watching. I'm John Siegenthaler in New York, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night.
NBC News, America's news leader.
On another all-new Dateline Sunday, for 1 year we investigated. Our hidden cameras recording what they don't want you to see. But it's happening. Young kids, almost slaves. Can something be done to save the children? An all-new Dateline Sunday, 7/6 Central on NBC.
With so many different voices trying to be heard, you need someone who can put it all together.
Remember me?
Donahue's back, and he'll be on America's news channel, MSNBC.
News Channel 8, winner of 11 Oregon Associated Press Awards.
Yeah, nice day.
Take a left.
Dodge Ram. The only truck with 4 full-size doors and a full-size bed. Plus, the handling of rack and pinion steering.
Man, I hope no one was behind us.
Your Northwest Dodge dealers are proud title sponsors of the Pacific Amateur Golf Classic.
Next, a deadly crash involving firefighters based here in Oregon.
we'll have a live report from Colorado.
So it's no surprise Explorer has been the best-selling SUV for the last 11 years. And with $2,500 cash back or 0-9 financing from your Northwest Ford store, you can't afford not to drive one home today. Ford Explorer with $2,500 cash back or 0-9 financing. It's more SUV for the money.
This is the Chrysler PT Cruiser. Very cool on the outside, but even cooler on the inside. With CD storage right under your seat, massive side pockets for all your stuff, and 32 different seating configurations. It's one of the most versatile rides on the road. So it's up to what you're into. After all, change is good, right?
Get to your Chrysler dealer and get in a PT Cruiser for just $1,740 with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection.
Introducing some fresh ways to celebrate summer. And some fresh ways to save. This week at Albertsons, save on fresh peaches or nectarines, just 69 cents a pound. Fresh, California-grown whole Friars, only 59 cents a pound. And Albertsons white or wheat bread, 3 for $1. For all your celebrations this summer, Albertsons, it's your store.
Jessica Sheets owns a Hyundai Accent.
It looks great. There's enough room to fit all your friends in there.
It comes with the freedom of America's best warranty.
It tells me that Hyundai is there for me as the customer.
And the Accent has so many standard features, no wonder it's the best-selling car in its class.
The Accent was a great deal. I got exactly what I was looking for a great price.
The Hyundai Accent at just $8,994. It could be your best value, too.
Freedom is calling, yeah.
Get $500 cash back or 1.9% APR financing now.